Throughout the years, the rigged NFL has needed fall guys to get other teams and players over in big games. This series, we salute the players who went out there and killed their integrity on the field just for the sake of the rigged NFL. These players might have started out with honor, but they died on their pile of cash as old broken men in the rigged NFL. Today, we highlight rigged NFL classic fall guy Neil O'Donnell of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Rigged NFL classic fall guy Neil O'Donnell.
Neil turned Super Bowl 30 into his own private toilet as he shit the game away for the Dallas Cowboys.
Neil used to shit in the locker room in one of them buckets filled with cedar chips.
Neil O'Donnell wore a beard to cover up his super long face and his horse teeth, but he did look pretty damn good in the early 2000 Oakleys that he was wearing in the late 90s.
Neil was ahead of his time.
O'Donnell threw the ball almost 50 times, including 3 interceptions, 2 of which he threw to the same exact guy.
Larry Brown ain't on your team.
And in just a sheer coincidence, I'm sure, Larry Brown also happens to be very similar to Raiders defensive back Willie Brown, who caught a bunch of interceptions that were ran back, similar to Larry Brown's in the Super Bowl.
Don't waste your time looking it up. I already did it. They're not related. And I got a little bored, so I looked around a little bit more, and he's also not related to Downtown Julie Brown from MTV. Downtown Julie Brown loves the Navy.
Now, we could sit around here all day making fun of Larry Brown's name and Neil O'Donnell's beard, but instead, let's make fun of his effort making a tackle here. Does he look like Jon Kitna or what?
Holy shit, I remember Jon Kitna. Man, that guy sucked.
Were you like me and you thought Neil O'Donnell was part of the band Alabama?
Neil O'Donnell don't know shit about no mountain music.
Hey, Neil, tell your wife that Ani DeFranco called and wants her hat back.
Who the fuck is that? Oh, I remember, she was that hairy bitch from the 90s.
Not a lot of fall guys were able to do what you did, Neil. You were ahead of the curve on the Oakley glasses. You rocked a pro player jacket to perfection. Your beard was okay. But most of all, you threw the game for the Cowboys. And hopefully, Neil, you enjoy and are laughing on your pile of $26 million you were rewarded for being a rigged NFL fall guy.
I noticed I said the wrong amount of money, but I don't care. Who gives a shit?
I mean, y'all know all the X's and O's, man. I'm just sitting at home watching. I don't like to get into that because I don't believe the game is really decided on the field. So, I don't get into all the X's and O's and talking, man. Like I said, I played in the game. I set a Super Bowl record, and we knew every play they was running before the game started. So, hey, who am I to say?
Well, tell us about that week leading up to the Super Bowl, because that was the big thing. Bill Callahan was the Raiders coach at the time. Obviously, John Gruden had just come over. Tell us about that week of preparation leading up to the game and how it was executed by you guys. I mean, you could know which plays are coming. And
Tim Brown and Jerry Rice come out and say that they made them run Jerry Rice. John Gruden's offense.
Yes.
Yep.
It was his offense, and you guys knew exactly what was coming. Did you know every single play?
They didn't run that. They didn't run that offense all year, though. Ain't it odd that you would run it when you're playing against us?
So did you guys know every play before the ball was snapped?
I'm just saying, man, the game ain't decided on the field. That's all I'm going to say.
So do you think the Bucs' original Super Bowl that you were a part of and won was illegitimate?
I think everyone is. Come on, man.
If you don't.
So the reason you guys won the Super Bowl wasn't because of your outstanding defense. It was because that's the way it was predetermined. That's what you're.
Well,
doing?
if I.
All right. So, how do you see this game playing out? I guess it's you already told us, right? It's just depending on what Vegas wants it to be, right?
And why